russosbrand.com, where the pros are the pros. Bro, I'm telling you, I think there are going to be changes.
Yeah.
Right after WrestleMania. I want to ask you guys, we took a little break between shows, and I was just thinking for a minute, you guys are two of the boys. We know now Rock is 1,000% in a position of power. He's got Ari's ear. He's definitely surpassed Triple H as far as any power in that company. I got to ask you guys a serious question, as Rock now, literally firsthand is getting in this angle. Do you guys believe that a guy like The Rock is looking at guys like Seth Rollins and guys like Cody Rhodes and thinking and saying that these guys are money? I mean, when Seth Rollins, with the diarrhea Dwayne and a little Dick Dwayne, and do you think he is looking at this guy? Like, first of all, he knows they're nowhere near his level. Like, they're not even in the same galaxy. But do you think, like, he sees money in guys like Owens and Zayn and Rollins and half of the WWE roster?
No, I don't think he does. He even said wrestling has sucked for the last 10 years. That was one of his first promos. So he pretty much buries them all instantly when he says that. And what happened in that 10 years time, really 15, was a recruitment of all the ROH guys who didn't understand psychology, who then got put into FCW, that then turned into NXT, and then they became Game's little projects. And boy, and they never lost a lot of the terrible habits, and they were just over because they were indie darlings. So in their own mind, when Moxley comes out to Wild Thing or whatever it is, all these Shield guys, they still have terrible habits in ring, whether it was Falcon's Arrow superplex, no sell on a buckle bomb, feed out to a Superman punch. That's idiocy. And that's just the psychology of wrestling. Forget about the fact that they look like fans that got in the ring, right? When Rock comes from an era of everybody looks like a fucking walking action figure. So will he get rid of those guys? Probably not, because they're established, to some degree, but the power vacuum is there. And when you stooged off earlier that Dwayne followed you, I said, like, there will be a time of change coming too. I agree with that. And you got to make a clean sweep of all the stooges that are left there. And was Nick Khan Rock's double agent the whole time? Because Rock might see these things where you're putting out about Cody crying and laughing like, oh, let me follow this guy. It could be as simple as that.
Yeah.
Or it can be them in their own locker room plotting for exactly what is going to happen after WrestleMania. Why? Because within the next 12 days, my prediction is the feds will drop something major, either to the fucking lawyers, or something will happen to put a big black eye on. Get me a big black guy on WrestleMania. No, black eye. Okay, black eye on WrestleMania to fucking show that you might think you're over, but we're going to ruin your 40th celebration. We have already taken you out where you can't parade around and go, where you been? And have your daughter and son come out and take a curtain call. They've already took that away from them. And now they're going to hit them with a 1-2 punch real nice. However, Donald Trump was just at UFC, and Logan Paul is a complete CIA op. So there's weird parts to this mixed in with the Saudi connection and what's going on with the celebrities that are factory made that keep getting these WWE shots. And I haven't quite figured it out. I really think Ari is probably Mossad working with his brother Rahm Emanuel on some deep state shit. And that's why these things are going forward. But I think in the next 12 days, they're going to kick WrestleMania right in the crotch. And you're not even going to give a fuck about any storyline finishing, any of that kind of stuff.
Hey, Stevie, let me ask you a question, because people don't understand. Like, bro, when I was there, Triple H and
last week when he was backstage, me and Rock.
When I was there, Triple H and Shawn treated Rock like shit.
Yeah.
Now, Stevie, you and I, we are Christian guys. We know it's all about forgiveness. I named my freaking book Forgiveness. It's all about forgiveness. But Stevie, when it comes to the boys and when it comes to business, and I could ask been the same thing, and somebody screws you over, is that ever forgotten? Because that's the thing, bro. We got to remember, on top of everything else, he's got a history with these two guys who absolutely made his life miserable. Is that ever forgotten?
I don't think so. And I think it shouldn't be forgotten in one way. Hunter and Sean are really no different. There's still patterns of behavior that stem from the clique, stem from them doing what they did to other talents. Mm-hmm. So if you're looking at like Rock with a personal vendetta, yeah, maybe, but even more so for business, to eliminate these guys that are going to have a pattern of behavior. Same with the Stooges that are producers, same thing with Hayes and Bruce and anybody else from the old guard, the old way of doing things. They just need to go. So maybe it's nothing personal, but there's probably a little bit of more sweetness that Rock's going to taste off of the fact he gets that receipt after 25 years.
Yeah,
maybe more.
Already did on Young Rock, replace Sean's character.
Well, I think that's more of a quiet type of,
sure,
I'm not doing anything, but you know what I'm doing. This would be more of, imagine those two guys finally getting best of luck in your future endeavors, or maybe even worse. Remember what they did to Shane Douglas by making him starve, and he made like $1,400 there because the clique like was really coming down and starving him out.
Yeah.
What if Rock tries to starve Triple H and Sean, or makes their life a living hell, which is no better? That's just as bad. He's better off just being the bigger man and letting them go their way.
Yeah.
I don't know. That could be equally punishable too. Imagine Sean and Hunter without wrestling.
Yeah. Well, what's that come down to? I like that you're like, oh, what is the morality of a man? We've seen Rock do acts of kindness and gift giving to those in his past to say how much he cares about them.
Get a truck though.
It's coming. It's coming. But what if he did do that and let it go? Then that's great. But now that you're the boss and you're the boss of the mafia, that comes with certain rules and parameters when guys are watching on how you're going to crack down on the other dudes when you got to take out the other mob bosses. So he's kind of got his feet held to the fire. Not that he can't rewrite the rules, but wrestling's going to go on before and after him, right? So how he deals with that, just based on position alone, may be different than how his own moral compass and doing it individually might go. He may be handcuffed a little bit. Does that make sense how I'm saying that?
Yeah, but at the same time, Rock is still, he's got a huge chip on his shoulder from the Black Adam DCU stuff and everything. He was, there might be a little bit of a reason why now all of a sudden he's all in on wrestling. The bigger question would be, what happened with Hollywood? Did he get like, kind of like, I don't know, under the radar blacklisted in a way? And does he have to rebuild his image to go back? Because he was in every single, how many movies a year was Rocky doing that did total out to more than 30 million a year? But now he's coming back to wrestling. I find that to be,
well, he's leaving May through August. I heard on K100 they looked it up to do the
he's doing it again.
The movie about the UFC dude, Mark. God damn it, can't remember the guy. Yeah.
Oh, so, I didn't know that. But is that his production company, or is he?
I think he's playing. I think he's playing them.
Oh wow!
So I mean, he'll be in and out. So, but it's being the final boss comes with a different set of responsibilities when the troops are watching, as opposed to being an individual and saying you're not going to be on my show. So the redemption may be the justice may be swift. And that could leave a power vacuum. And if the wrestling mafia mind in me looks at it and you all of a sudden follow Vince Russo, who did great by you, and Stevie Richards, who has respect for, and some other fucking goof who will stay up till 1 a.m. writing notes, you never know what the future may hold post WrestleMania when you're trying to reshape your team so you have a battle plan of competent people who understand what needs to be done. And that follow may mean a lot more than just, hey, buddy, Hope you're well.
No, I think he kind of liked that I ripped on Cody.
Yeah, sure. And maybe that might have got you the gig.
Yeah.
What's up, Brand? This is Jeff Lane inviting you to come hang out with me over on Twitch. I'm live several nights a week playing games, classic and new, currently going through Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, the new Contra game, and more. So check me out, Jeff Lane 22 on Twitch. Mike Durban was on here and he was talking about the Conan Major Bendy's action figure. This, you got one too, don't you, Vince? Yeah. These are high quality, like the high quality packaging, high quality art, high quality figures.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah. But Durban wasn't kidding, guys. These are real high quality. So you can even get these autographed. MikeDurban.com. Check them out before they're gone.